How are we doing, everybody? Sam here, United People's TV, here with today's MUFC Daily. It's the international break, so we're talking transfers, specifically Juan Mata and Ander Herrera and their futures at Manchester United. As always, live on YouTube and Facebook. Where are you guys and girls watching this from? Let me know in the comments below. But let's get straight into the story. And today's lead story is all about Juan Mata. Now, Juan Mata, his contract expires in the summer, and the Express are running with the story that Real Madrid want to sign Juan Mata in January. Now, Juan Mata did start his career at Real Madrid before he went to Valencia. Had a great time at Valencia, went to Chelsea. That was when he had his most success. Came to United, and he's been a fantastic player for Manchester United. But this season, he's been a bit of a bit part player under Jose Mourinho. He hasn't made that many starts. Every single time he has started, he's been substituted. He had a bad mistake against Huddersfield, if you remember, when he gave the ball away for their first goal. And then he was left out of the squad completely when he went back to his former club, Chelsea. So there are real question marks over whether Jose Mourinho feels Mata has a long-term future at Manchester United past this summer. And that's specifically because his contract runs out in the summer. So like Mesut Ozil, like Alexis Sanchez, Juan Mata could leave Manchester United free, on a free this summer. And he's also free to speak to other clubs and agree a pre-contract agreement with foreign clubs outside of the Premier League in January, which is a dangerous position. Let's get through to a few shout-outs here for everybody who's watching. We've got Soham watching from India. How you doing, mate? We've got Prince watching from Ghana. Philip watching from Sweden. Devashan watching from South Africa. Bivek watching from Nepal, as is Roshan. Ahmed watching from Qatar. Ridwan from Italy. Nash from Singapore. Emmanuel from Nigeria. Good luck from Tanzania. Woo! Loads of you on YouTube. How about Facebook? We've got Sean watching from Melbourne. Jude watching from Ghana. And Emmanuel watching from Sweden. Thank you all for joining in. Thank you all for your comments straight away. But let me know in the comments now. Type yes or type no. Do you want Juan Mata to stay at the club past this summer? Do you think he has a long-term future at the club? Because I think on paper, Juan Mata is still the best natural playmaker we've still got at the club. Herrera is great when he's on form, but he's probably not more suited to the wing, but his attributes definitely work on the wing. Whereas Juan Mata, when he plays on the wing, he's definitely less effective than when he plays through the middle. Juan Mata operates in his best role in a similar way to Cesc Fabregas, when he's got two midfielders operating behind him, covering all the defensive duties, and Juan Mata can just concentrate on the sexy attacking football and cutting through the lines with his through balls. That's what Juan Mata should be doing at Manchester United, but Juan Mata hasn't had that many opportunities in that number 10 role. But let's see what you think by going to the comments. We've got Ibrahim and Patrick both saying yes, Stumpy saying yes, Paul saying yes as well, keep him, as is Jermaine, Ranuk, and Emmanuel. But we've got Yoboys saying no, Gary Hodgkinson saying no, so is Ryan07. Mixed bag on YouTube. How about Facebook? Got Angela Waite saying yes, and so is Paul Davin, Matthew John Burbage, and Angela Waite saying there are others that can go first. Now, with someone like Mesut Ozil, who's available on the free in the summer, if potentially Antoine Griezmann comes into the club, if Juan Mata is... So you take that Chelsea game, for example. Herrera was Jose Mourinho's first choice for the number 10 role. Then he had Fellaini on the bench. And then he had Mata out of the squad. So Fellaini was his B option for that number 10 role. If Fellaini came on, made a difference. So Mata was third choice for that number 10 position. And in any club, if you're third choice, you're going to struggle to get any sort of game time. Now, I thought Mata would be one of the first players to be sold by Jose Mourinho when he came in. Wasn't the case. He became a very important player last season. I do think that if he deserves game time right now, certainly, with Mkhitaryan so bang out of form. But let's see what more of your comments have to say about it. We've got Aidan watching from Sweden. We've got Blessing saying Mata is one of our best number 10s. We've got Joe Ebsworth saying yes, but we'll likely sign a big player in his position soon, so doubt he will stay. And I think that's the issue, because if we sign, say, Griezmann, or maybe if we can sign someone like Dybala, which is probably not going to happen, then Mata goes even further down the pecking order. And he's available in a free in the summer. So the only time that Man United can cash in on Juan Mata is in the January transfer window, unless he signs a new deal. And why would he sign a new deal with a club where he's third choice in number 10 position? As I said, keep leaving your comments about Juan Mata. I'll read a few more of them out. But let's move on to the second player I want to talk about. Ander Herrera, a player who I raved about last season, a player who I felt showed captain capabilities. It was that Liverpool away game that might have been 0-0, but his performance there was just fantastic, committed. He knew what it meant to play in that game, and you could see it in his style and commitment. Now, Ander Herrera, just like Juan Mata, his contract expires in the summer. And Ander Herrera, during the summer, he was heavily linked with Barcelona. And we were all saying, hands off Ander Herrera. No way is he going to be leaving our club. Fast forward a couple of months, and Ander Herrera has been in poor form this season. I think I'll be the first to admit it. Praise a player when he's playing well, criticise a player when he's not playing well. You've got to be fair and balanced, and I don't think Ander Herrera has lived up to expectations this year. Matic is doing some of the stuff that Ander Herrera was doing well last year, which means that Ander Herrera's got to adapt and do different things, and I don't think he's doing enough in that position. Whether he's playing as a right central midfielder, that's mainly where he's played, or as a central defensive midfielder. I mean, we saw the best of Ander Herrera at home against Chelsea last season when he man-marked Eden Hazard out of the game. Ander Herrera against Chelsea on Sunday, gone, when we lost 1-0 at Stamford Bridge, he wasn't good enough in that midfield role, and that's partly because Henrik Mkhitaryan left him so exposed because he wasn't coming back from a number 10 position. But I want to know from you, do you think Ander Herrera, let me know in the comments here, do you think Ander Herrera is A, good enough to stay at Manchester United past this summer, or B, do you think there is somebody out there that we could bring into the club that would be an upgrade or a better alternative than Ander Herrera in that central midfield role that is a potential signing, not someone ridiculous that's never going to happen like Arturo Vidal? Let me know in the comments if there's any names of players you feel could do a better job in that role than Ander Herrera is currently doing. Going back to Pogba, not Pogba, Mata. Ralph Nazarov on Facebook saying Mata is more useful than Pogba. Really? I will disagree on that one personally, mate, but Mata definitely would serve a role in the number 10 position if he was given more of an opportunity. Got Sean Wilde talking about Herrera saying he was awesome last year, but he's dipped this year. We can lose him. He wants him out. Not he wants him out, but he's saying that we can replace him. Got Bastian Lamin on Facebook saying Herrera should stay. So is Balaghi. Alex Angel on Facebook, how you doing? Saying Ander Herrera just needs his confidence back. Jose Mourinho won't let him leave. He is too good to go. We've got William Lennox saying Tony Kroos instead of Ander Herrera. Tony Kroos would be incredible. We've got Virat saying Saul Niguez. Two fantastic players, but again, two players I don't think will be attainable in the summer unless we're paying ridiculous amounts of money. Let's head to YouTube and read more of your comments out here. We've got Paul McKeown saying keep Herrera and bring in Fabinho. Fabinho, the player that we all thought we wanted to sign or thought we were going to sign this summer. Then Matic came in. We all had to eat our hats and humble pie because Matic is so good. But Fabinho, maybe he would still be available in the summer. Let me know if you would still go after him next year. Ronald Peters saying he's not good enough getting knocked off the ball too easily. Ryan07 saying the youth team's alternatives are better. Twanzebe, Fosu Mensah is a natural defensive midfielder. McTominay, Pereira can also do a box-to-box job as well. I think out of all those options you said there, the only one that would really get a proper future in a central defensive midfield role was McTominay, although I do agree it should be Fosu Mensah as well. That was his best role with the under-21s and 23s. He's doing okay at Crystal Palace, but he's playing more in defence. I'd love to see Fosu Mensah play in that central defensive midfield role at United at some point in the future. Jamie Christian going back to the number 10 position, saying really needs sorting out, and also what striker would replace Zlatan at the end of the season. It's a very, very interesting one that we're definitely going to have to replace Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Maybe someone like Griezmann is that striker. Maybe Mourinho's already got that lined up because he will be available in the summer for the €100 million release clause in his contract. Atletico Madrid are not going to get a transfer ban in the summer, so that won't stop him leaving. But will Griezmann potentially be that replacement for Zlatan Ibrahimovic? Or maybe if Mata or Herrera goes, would he be more likely to be a replacement for one of those? Football India on YouTube saying Herrera is world class. The difference is he has been an in and an out player. You cannot expect him to perform every single time. Give him regular matches and some good matches to boost his confidence. Now you make a very good point there, Football India, that I always say. When you've got players who are on the fringe, who aren't in the team every single week, when they do get a game and they do get a performance, fans expect them to give like a 10 out of 10 performance to earn and show that they should be in the team. Whereas other players can play like 6 and 7s out of 10 because they know they're going to play in the team next week. That's an unfortunate reality for any player on the fringe. And the truth is that Ander Herrera, for me, hasn't done enough. With Paul Pogba being injured, it was the perfect opportunity for Ander Herrera to re-establish himself in that central midfield role. And with Marouane Fellaini being out injured as well. And I just don't think that Ander Herrera has done enough. Griezmann has been shit this season, says Ibrahim. That doesn't really matter. It's still Griezmann. He would still be a fantastic signing for absolutely everyone. Jacob Turner on Facebook saying, I really don't understand why Mata doesn't get a match. When he plays, it's a different team. He's so underrated. Now, Mata is one of the best players in the Premier League in terms of returns in Big Six games. So when he's playing Spurs, Chelsea, City, Arsenal, those sorts of matches, Mata turns up in. Obviously, Wanfield, when he scored the overhead kick, he scored twice at Anfield before. He scored in big, big games. But Juan Mata hasn't been getting much of a sniff from Jose Mourinho this year. I don't know whether that's because he's fallen out of favour in Jose Mourinho. I think it's mainly because Mkhitaryan was bang in favour, but with Mkhitaryan so bang out of form, maybe it's a time for Mata to come back in the team. Let's read through a few more of your comments now before we wrap up. We've got Rob Toher saying Carrick needs to go. No point in paying a player ridiculous money if he's not going to play. Herrera is good but not world class. We're Man United. We should be signing the best. That's a very good point you raised there, in that Carrick, well, the point you raised in my head is that Carrick, his contract expires in the summer as well. So maybe we might lose Carrick, Herrera and Mata. That would be an overhaul of the midfield options. Do you think that would be the right thing to do? Again, let me know in the comments below. But that would be a lot of change for something that Mourinho's already got to change substantially, I'd say. I think we still need a central midfielder regardless of what happens. And there's still another key positions, one or two other key positions that Mourinho has to sort. Jerry's saying, why all the fuss about Ander? He's been brilliant. He just needs some game time. And Chidi Bear saying, Mata can leave, Herrera to stay, and Jose should give Martial some more game time. There's lots and lots of interesting comments, lots and lots of interesting points. Thank you all for joining in today. If you're new and you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Join us every single day, 10:30 British Standard Time. And join us on Facebook as well. If you're on Facebook, make sure you share the video, get as many Reds involved as possible, and drop a like on the Facebook page. Now, we'll be back tomorrow with another MUFC Daily. Until then, take it easy.